Alrighty, happy Monday. Good evening. Feel free to lay down to get started with today's practice. Today's practice will focus more on the restore aspect than the stretch aspect of it all. We'll be working with a body scan for today's practice. So some of you have maybe practiced a body scan before. Others maybe never even heard of the thing, which is fine. The intention of a body scan is to have a deeper inner body experience of our practice, in which we work with our mind, our awareness, to shine light onto different parts of the body. For some of us, this experience will be a welcomed opportunity to relax. Relaxing muscles, relaxing joints, loosening up tension as we create space. But unfortunately, for some of us, this will also be a bit of a challenging experience, because there's very little movement, in fact, no movement with a practice like this. So to ease our bodies, we'll spend maybe the first 10 or 15 minutes to just invite some gentle stretching. But the hope being that we can get our bodies to a place where they have no desire to move. So before we even start with the stretch, just take a few moments to check in. Notice how you feel this evening. Physically, mentally, emotionally. As we ground down, there's two things that we're trying to do. First and foremost, we're trying to accept. To accept what it is that we're working with today. So acceptance in this hand is working with the truth of what your body and mind are holding today. So for some of us, there is tension in the body, tension in the mind. And maybe you would like to feel a different kind of way. But for whatever reason, that's just not in your cards tonight. That's okay. We try our best to mentally accept what is. Along with acceptance comes our ability to surrender ourselves to the experience of what we will be doing. In this case, surrender is the ability to emotionally take a step back. That we don't have to be so emotionally invested in everything that is happening physically and mentally. The desire to want things to be different, to hope things to feel different. As best as we can for the hour that we spend in this room, there's no place for judgment here. There's no need for it. So let acceptance and surrender help you. Help you in working with the challenges that you may face, whether they come physically, mentally, emotionally. As we peel back these layers of ourselves, underneath what the body may be feeling, underneath what the mind may be thinking, can you start to notice how it feels to breathe this evening? Within this practice, our breath is our anchor. This anchor which steadies our mind. So if at any point things start to feel a bit intense, you feel a bit overwhelmed, your breath is always there for you to come back to. And in the context of our practice, our breath is here to calm our mind down. A calm mind becomes a clear mind. A clear mind becomes a sharp mind. And the tool that we have to bring in calm and clarity is breath. Sharpening our awareness onto our inhales and exhales. So take a few moments here. Breathe in a way that feels good to breathe. Now understand that this calm state of mind that we're beginning to cultivate can remain. It just requires that we remain invested in our breath, attentive to our breath. Work very simply through the stretching portion of our class. We'll get into our side bodies. We'll get into our hamstrings and inner thighs. So we'll start first with our banana poses going towards right side and left side. So just be considerate if you have blocks or bolsters around you or underneath you. When you feel ready, arms can reach overhead, toes can point away, a full body stretch here. I'll just cue for us to stretch the right side, so let's walk our feet towards the left corner of our mat. Let's move our shoulders to the left side of our mat, creating this nice curve through the right side of our body. And I talk about this week after week, but this is where we can start to cultivate the 4 qualities to our breath. A smooth breath, a steady breath, a slow breath, a soft breath. If we do nothing other than focus on our breath, embodying these qualities, we will have a meaningful practice. feeling a natural depth and length to your breath. Listening to that soft rhythm to your breath. Allowing your breath to simply soothe you through this stretch. If you have the capacity to move your body further along, you have that option. Toes may extend further off to the side, shoulders may move further off to the side. We can slowly recenter our arms and legs. You don't have to bring your arms down. We can still keep them overhead. Whenever you do feel ready, we'll just switch sides. Arms, legs to the right side of your mat. Now, to some degree, when we stay in our postures, we do have the opportunity to treat this as a mini body scan. We can scan the area which is being stretched, noticing what we may be feeling here, where we feel the stretch predominantly, and noticing how we feel in relation to all of that. When it comes to working with something like a body scan, at times when you bring awareness to a certain area, a layer of thought or an emotion may come up as well. There are certain areas of our bodies that we may hold onto deeper layers of tension or even something like trauma. And when these things surface, it can become quite an intense experience. The expectation here isn't that we need to dig up everything that the body holds within it, but we are allowing things to surface. We build trust that our breath can create space. That with a strong connection to breath, we're able to avoid being smothered by what we think and feel in a deep stretch. Some of us have chronic pain. Some of us have had injuries, knees, lower backs, shoulders. Some of us have minds that won't shut up. Some of us have bodies that have a very tough time being still. And what we're just simply trying to do is be as still as we can to allow things to surface, to come to the surface. Otherwise, they remain buried within each of us. So use your breath. Use your breath as a tool to create space, to release what no longer needs to be held onto. We'll bring ourselves back to center. Knees can come in. We can give ourselves a bit of a hug, maybe rock out our hips if that feels okay. We'll come into a happy baby. Take your time with it. Some of us may start by holding on to the shins, just focusing on the thighs opening wide, no need to kick the feet up to the sky. And others, as the feet kick, you have choices of where you hold. For some of us, no problem. You can grab onto your toes, your big toe, the outer edge of your feet. But for some of us, it may be preferable to slide down underneath, maybe grabbing onto the calves, the backs of the knees, or the thighs. Hips can still rock side to side. That may feel nice along your lower back. You have the option of extending one leg and the other just to create a bit more stretch through the hamstring if you wish. But let this posture open up space through the inner thighs. Let your thighs trace outside of your ribs. Let your knees, as time passes, get closer to the ground. No guarantee that the knees are going to touch the ground, but we're just opening up space. For those of us holding on to our feet, just be mindful, how tightly are you holding on? How does it feel to breathe here? Can you feel your belly press against your thighs as you breathe? As always, when it comes to this shape, my only piece of advice is that you try your best to keep your baby happy, avoiding it from becoming grumpy. A few more breaths here. We can take a moment. We'll keep our knees bent. Feet will fall mat width apart. Let your knees fall into center to touch. And feel free to put up a hand before we get into our body scan if you'd prefer something like a blanket just to keep you warm. 1. If your mind changes, just please let me know. Now, when it comes to working with your body for this body scan, find comfort. Have a bolster underneath your knees, have a block underneath your head, Have whatever you need so that you can feel restful. We don't want to spend time thinking about how cold we are, how achy we are. We don't want the experience to be stolen away by something that could have been avoided. Now, when it comes to these mindfulness practices, relaxation is necessary, but relaxation in and of itself is not the goal. What relaxation allows for is the mind to become calm. A calm mind is a very strong mind. So as much as the body will be getting relaxed, muscles will soften, joints will loosen, we want to ensure that our mind remains sharp, alert, awake. When it comes to working with the body scan itself, try your best to not move the body in order to feel it. No matter how little you feel, that's okay. There may be some parts of the body that are very hard to feel. That's all right. Even nothing is something for us to work with within this body scan. So to start, shift your awareness. Bring your mind's attention towards your left foot. And when it comes to feeling this part of your body, things can vary. Anything that you feel comes from a place of truth within you. So first and foremost, depending on how you are laying down, a different part of your foot may be in contact with the ground. For some of us, it's the heel of the left foot. For some of us, it's the edge of the foot. For others, it may be the bottom of the foot. Can you feel the connection between your left foot and the earth beneath you, the ground underneath you, the mat that supports you? For others, we may be wearing socks, so you may be able to feel the touch of your sock against your skin. For others, we have a blanket on top of us. You may feel the weight of the blanket on top of your left foot. These are all facts. These are all truths that we can potentially feel. You may be able to feel a temperature of some sort. If your foot is bare, you may feel a bit of a cool draft potentially. If you have a blanket or a sock on, you may feel some warmth. Your foot may or may not feel heavy or light. When you tune into a very small part of the body, you can feel something like tingling. Whatever you feel, no matter how strong the sensation, how weak the sensation, how big or how small. If you are able to feel something, that is your mind doing its job, it's working. So can we wrap that sense of awareness around the left foot? feeling the bottom of the left foot, feeling the toes of your left foot, wrapping around to the top of your left foot. And you may not feel the whole foot, but keeping the mind sharp, keeping the mind alert, keeping the mind awake as you feel. Can we shift our awareness from our left foot into our left ankle? Can we notice how there is a connection from this body part to the next? How the foot connects to the ankle? From your left ankle shifting higher into your lower left leg. We have the top half of that lower left leg, our shin. We have the back half of that lower left leg, our calf. And some of us have a bolster underneath our legs. We may be feeling the contact of that. Breath remains smooth, breath remains steady. Once again, your breath is able to create space in order for you to observe things from a place of clarity. From your lower left leg, we can shift towards our left knee. Some of us, we have problems with our knees. We have aches in our joints. You may notice these things come to the surface. Notice it. Acknowledge it. But remind yourself that we are here to also practice that sense of acceptance and surrender. From your left knee, shifting a little bit higher towards your upper left leg. Feeling the muscles of your thigh, allowing them to soften. We have our quads, the front half of the left thigh. We have our hamstrings, the back half of our left thigh. If you feel something in this particular area, great. If you don't feel a whole lot, that's okay. Keep breathing, keep feeling. Stay open to the possibility of letting things come to the surface. And feeling that connection from your left thigh all the way into the crease of your left hip. Can you feel the connection of these different body parts through the left leg? Although we scan part by part, piece by piece, can you feel the energetic connection from the toes of your left foot all the way up to your left thigh, to the crease of your left hip? We will slowly withdraw our awareness from the left leg as we shift our awareness to our right foot. This side may feel a little bit different. It may not. building that connection, your awareness, to encompass the right foot. The bottom of your right foot, the toes of your right foot, the top of your right foot. Try your best. Use simply your awareness. Trust yourself that you don't need to move the body part in order to feel it. Tune your awareness. Sharpen your mind to feel without moving. Shifting from the foot towards your right ankle. Moving your awareness from the right ankle towards your lower right leg. From the lower right leg towards our right knee. The right knee shifting higher towards the right thigh. As you extend just a little bit higher, connecting the right thigh into the crease of your hip. Before we move any higher up into our bodies, take a moment to feel the stillness that has been invited into our legs. We are allowing our legs to rest. There's nowhere they need to take us. We don't have to walk anywhere. We don't have to go anywhere. There's no exercising they need to do, no squats, no lunges. There's no stretch that's needed here. The rest that we are bringing into our bodies is a much different kind of rest than the type of rest we bring in when we go to sleep at night. Our mind is still awake. It is still sharp. It is fully conscious. But this body of ours, we are allowing it to simply be. And for some of us, this is a very big challenge. For some of us, resting feels very unproductive. At least one of you is probably thinking, I came into this room to stretch and he has us doing nothing. That's okay. Some of the tension that you carry within your body doesn't just come from the body, it comes from the mind. And there's a very real possibility that we can release this mental tension that is smothering our bodies, that is stored within the body. Let your breath dissolve away these mental layers of tension that are holding on to your body, that are keeping the body tense and tight. Relax. From our legs, we'll be shifting into this space around our pelvis and hips. Now be considerate. For some of us, this is a bit of a sensitive space. This area around our hips and pelvis are home to our systems of reproduction and elimination. So for some of us, along with feeling sensation, we may also notice some thoughts or emotions. In terms of our chakra systems, this would be our root chakra, the energy center of our body that connects us to earth. When in balance, we feel grounded, we feel stable, we feel secure within ourselves. But an imbalance in this chakra can throw things out for a loop. From the pelvis and hips, we will be shifting a bit higher into our abdomen and belly. Once again, just being aware. This space being very unique for what it houses. Our various organs for digestion, for absorption. Consider your stomach, your liver, your spleen, your kidneys, intestines. And I'm not asking you to try to feel each and every organ within your body. But for a moment, can you just bring in a sense of gratitude for all of these vital organs that support you day and night, day after day? Have you ever considered just allowing these parts of you to rest? From our abdomen and belly, we'll be shifting around towards our lower back. And from your lower back, slowly working your awareness up the length of your spine. Sensing into the areas around your mid-back and upper back. Now, there's no guarantee that you're able to feel all of this area. For many of us, the backside is a difficult area to connect to. We don't see it in the same way that we see the front half of our body. But take a few moments to consider. If you feel a bit of tension, are you able to soften? Can you bring a bit of relaxation into the muscles along your backside? Just simply feel the connection of your back to your mat. That may be more than enough to ground yourself down. As your awareness travels to your upper back, can we slowly shift our awareness into the center of our chest? Take a few moments here to just listen. Within this area here, there are two very important teachers that are inside. You have your heart, you have your lungs. These two parts of ourselves reveal truth to us. And they don't require anything from you other than to listen. So maybe just tune into which of the two you can listen to most clearly. The beating of your heart, the breathing of your lungs. Body is soft. Body is restful, but the mind is tuned into the body. Just listening. We'll slowly shift away from our torso and shift our awareness towards the fingertips of our left hand. For some of us, the hands are an area that are quite sensitive to sensation. So we can tune ourselves into what we may feel here. There could be some temperature, a sense of warmth, a sense of coolness. There may be a weight, a sense of lightness, a sense of heaviness. Can we extend that sense of awareness from our fingertips of our left hand to our fingers, our palm, and the top of our left hand? Creating a connection from your left hand towards your left wrist. From your left wrist towards your left forearm. From your left forearm to your left elbow. From your left elbow to your upper left arm. And bringing that sense of awareness all the way from your upper left arm to your left shoulder. Inviting stillness into your left arm, inviting softness. We can slowly shift away from our left arm as we bring awareness to the fingertips of our right hand. Expanding that awareness from your fingertips to your fingers, your palm, wrapping around to the top of your right hand. Whatever you feel comes from a place of truth within you. From your right hand towards your right wrist, the right wrist connecting towards your right forearm, your right forearm connecting to your right elbow, the right elbow connects to your upper right arm, as we extend that connection all the way towards your right shoulder. And just as we had reflected earlier, can we take a moment to just feel the stillness that's been invited into our arms? In one way or another, most of us use our hands quite actively throughout the day. We may use our arms a bit more physically as well, but in this moment, there's nothing that your hands or your arms need to do for you. They are being permitted to rest, to relax, to become soft. And naturally, you may be able to hear it in the room around you. Some of us are fading. The request is there to keep the mind sharp. As we allow the arms to remain still, we will shift a little bit higher to the tops of our shoulders as we extend awareness towards our neck and throat. This space is unique as well. In terms of our chakra systems, the throat chakra is home to our sense of truth. When energy flows freely here, we are able to express ourselves honestly and truthfully. But when this space becomes blocked, we hold back our sense of truth. So notice how it feels to breathe here. Notice if your awareness of this space comes with some surfacing of thoughts or emotions. We will continue to shift just a little bit more as we shift towards our jaw. Notice if you may be clenching or tensing up around your jaw. Can you relax? As we shift into the area around our mouth, can we relax maybe our teeth, our tongue, our lips? Noticing if you're clenching your teeth, if you're pressing your tongue against the roof of your mouth, seeing what you can soften. From your mouth, shifting up towards your nose. Just feeling a sense of softness in this space around your nostrils. From your nose, shifting outwards to the area around your cheeks. From this area around our cheeks, we can shift a bit higher to the area around our eyes. Relaxing your eyelids, your eyebrows, the muscles around your eyes. Shifting outwards to your temples. A little bit further out to the area around your ears. As we shift up to the space around our forehead, the top of our head, wrapping around our head. Inviting a sense of softness to this area around your face and head. Now, throughout this body scan, we have gone through piece by piece, part by part. And as we arrive at this space around the top of our head, can we take a moment to reflect? Are you able to realize the connection of your whole body from the top of your head to the bottoms of your toes? How this connection can work its way downwards from these muscles on your face, the forehead, the eyebrows, the cheeks, the nose, your mouth, your jaw. How that connects down towards this space around your neck and throat. How that extends outwards to your shoulders and downwards to your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, wrists, hands, all the way out to your fingers and fingertips. How there is a connection to your center through your chest and sternum, down towards your abdomen and belly. How you are supported through the strength of your back body, your upper back, mid back, lower back. How this upper body of yours is supported and connected down to your pelvis and hips. And how your pelvis and hips connect lower towards your thighs, your knees, your lower legs, your ankles, all the way down to your feet and toes. And I have one final request. As your awareness slowly makes its way down towards the bottoms of your feet, I'd like you to bring to mind the idea, the visual of draining a tub of water. For the past little bit while we've performed this body scan, we have cleansed our body with the light of our awareness, with the warmth of our awareness. We may have noticed tension, we may have noticed thoughts, we may have noticed emotions. But now that we are coming to the end of our body scan, can we release what is no longer needed? As we drain this visual of a tub, can we allow this tension to seep out through the bottoms of our feet? Can we release it over the course of 10 full breaths? Allow for these last 10 breaths to be deep, to be full. If you need an audible sigh, release it, let it go. Let each breath out lighten the load off your body and mind. As you arrive towards the end of your 10 breaths, just take a moment to check back in with your body and mind. For some of you, you've remained quite still for this practice. Very gently notice how it feels to wake up the body after having given it so much time to rest. Move very slowly, move very softly. When you feel ready, taking a very deep breath as you reach your arms overhead, pointing your toes away, a full body stretch. Breath out, bringing your knees to your chest as you round through your back, giving yourselves a nice big hug. Maybe roll off to a side. See what feels best to bring yourself up into a seat at the top of your mat. Palms to your heart, chin to your chest, allowing your eyes to remain soft as best as you can. Can you take a moment to feel the space you've maybe created within your body, your mind, your heart? Very little movement to do with today's practice, but nonetheless, there was a possibility to create real space. Can you feel it? A sense of lightness within the body or mind, a sense of softness somewhere, a sense of just peace. Allowing for the positive energy of your practice to flow into those spaces that you've opened up. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live peacefully and harmoniously. May you be liberated from your pain and suffering. It's my honor to guide you all here this evening as we sit tall to seal our practice by bowing forward and humbly saying, Namaste. Cool. So for some of us, probably the first time doing a body scan. Probably the last time doing a body scan for some of us. No. It is a different experience. I believe it's one of the most powerful experiences that we can create through a meditation to really have an actual connection to ourselves. I just find that for a lot of people, there's a lot of restless energy that bleeds into the body, and it just doesn't come from what you do, but it's a lot to do with what's up here. And there is a very real possibility that you can release physical tension by working with the mind. This body scan was about half an hour. For some of us, it probably felt way longer or way shorter. I don't know. You probably noticed that there were parts of your body that you could connect to, other parts that you may have not had much of a connection to. That's normal. It's very natural. But there is a very real possibility that you can tune into your whole body using a practice like this. Some of my deeper meditation practices are derivatives of a body scan, in which I don't move an inch of my body for an hour and I sweep my body head to toe, toe to head multiple times for an hour. And what you end up realizing is that what you feel to be permanent is very impermanent. That the aches that you feel are not there forever. That you can scan your body downwards and feel something, and as you scan upwards, things change. And how an ache that was there one time around is nowhere to be found the second time around. So where does it go? Who knows? Where does it come from? We don't know. But the main thing that we try to practice is what I said at the start, acceptance and surrender. Not easy to do, and I can just see. Takes a sharp mind, takes a really strong mind to work through an experience like this. In the West, if we try to put it into context, body scans were introduced in hospital environments to patients with terminal illness. So people that had terminal cancer. The idea being that although you may be sentenced to death with a terminal illness, you can still heal. That although you may not recover from what you're feeling, from what you're going through, that does not close the door on healing, because healing happens from within. So I think it is a very unique experience. It's a very unique practice. It does take an open mind to have to feel your toes, for example, without wiggling your toes. To feel parts of your body that are very small in size, but to do so from a place of patience, not where you expect to feel something, but where you remain open to the possibility of feeling. I'd be happy to hear your feedback as you walk out the door. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know. Otherwise, thank you all for coming. Feel free to join me Wednesdays at 10:45 for a restore and stretch class. I promise we'll do more stretching moving forward. Thank you all for coming. Have a good rest of your night. Have a good rest of your week.